In 2002, Manchester United signed Ferdinand from Leeds United with a record fee of $38 million. The deal made him the most expensive defender at the time. He played 12 years for the Red Devils and won numerous trophies, including 6 league titles and 3 FA Cups. He also captained the team which won the UEFA Champions League against Chelsea back in 2008. Ferdinand became the youngest defender to play for England at the time when he made his debut against Cameroon in 1997. He played 81 times for the national team and represented the 3 Lions and 3 World Cups. We caught up with Rio Ferdinand to get his take on Man United's first season with Jose Mourinho, his years at the Theatre of Dreams, and the Cristiano Ronaldo rumours.
I think that you have to go to the Manchester United hierarchy and say, what was the remit? What did you want? Now, we all know that they wanted Champions League football again and a chance of winning a trophy. Now, he's won 2 trophies and he's finishing the Champions League, Jose Mourinho. So you'd have to say, from what he was asked to do, you'd say it's a success. But finishing 6th, when you look at it like that, and you didn't have all the other stuff, you'd say it'd be a disappointing season. So I think this is a season that he gets a bit of respite and it's time to build and continue in the vein that he's going in. And I think that there definitely has been an improvement, I think, in the way the team's played, and the idea of going to Old Trafford isn't like boring like it was the last couple of years. No, you can throw them in. Me and Nemanja Vidic were just thrown together, but it's about longevity. It's about the continued game time. If you get continued game time, you can build relationships. You can understand the way that your partner moves, his first instincts, and you feed off of that. They haven't had that. They've not had that consistency. Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, injuries, Bay injuries, suspensions, Rojo injuries. So it's been a never-ending chop and change, and I think Man United have been used to over the years, from me and Vida to Gary Pallister and Steve Bruce before that, of continued partnerships that you build a team around, and they've not been able to do that. So this new guy, and Eric Bailly or Chris Smalling or Phil Jones, there's a number of guys there who will be fighting for that first 2 spots. That's it. You mentioned it there in your question, the mentality. You've got to have a real chiselled, hardened, robust mentality, because the season is, in terms of emotions, is such a roller coaster. It's up and down the whole way, and you've got to be able to deal with that mentally and physically. And you need a squad that, when called upon, the players on the outsides of the squad who haven't played for 2-3 months, when called upon, because they will be if you're competing on them fronts to win big trophies, they'll be called upon at some point. It might be wait until January, until you see a John O'Shea, until you saw a Wes Brown or a young Darren Fletcher. But when they came in, they're giving you 7.5 out of 10 every week, minimum. So they're players that are vitally important. And you see people trying to say, oh, I can't believe so-and-so's got a medal. He only played like 10, 15 games, whatever. But them 10, 15 games are vitally important in a team winning trophies on the big stage. Nani at times, Anderson when we won the Champions League, they were squad players, but when they came in, produced huge performances and helped us get over the line. So, like I said, when you're celebrating, you're not looking at someone when you're celebrating winning a trophy thinking, oh, he's only played a few games. You're saying thanks, because when we needed you, you stepped up. No, that's a genius of Alex Fergusons. There wasn't no favourites. There wasn't no, other than probably Paul Scholes. He never got shouted at, but there weren't any favourites, and that's part of his genius. And he made us understand that somebody who's not playing every week will be called upon at some point. So be ready and appreciate, and we do, and we did. And for certain parts of his Man United career, Jason Park was called in. It's like he only come in and played the big games sometimes. Against Wigan, etc., no disrespect for some of the smaller teams, he wouldn't play, and all of a sudden we're playing Arsenal away. Jason Park comes straight in the team. AC Milan away. Jason Park comes in straight and puts in like 2-3-man performance. Do you know what I mean? In one body, running around like a lunatic out of nowhere, and you're thinking to yourself, physically, how have you kept yourself in that? You ain't played for 6 weeks. But again, that's something that you look at and you say respect, and you need that. We need them players in our squad. They're as important as the Ronaldos, as the Rooneys, who are getting all the spotlight. because when they're not doing it, and there's going to be a time when they're fatiguing, they're going to be taken out of the team. Cristiano, you go on holiday for a couple of days. Wayne, take a breather, sit on the bench for a little bit. Right, the young boys, Welbeck, all these boys have got to come in and produce. Can they do it? Yes, they do. Thank you. This is fans dreaming. Fans have got to be allowed to dream. The best player on the planet at the moment. Probably going to win the Ballon d'Or again. Won the league and the Champions League. Who wouldn't want that at your club? Just as an influence, let alone what he brings elsewhere. If Cristiano Ronaldo becomes available, then the best teams in the world will be queuing up to sign him, as simple as that. But I still feel that Real Madrid probably hold all the cards. It'll be down to them, and it's still going to be their final decision. He's under contract, so if they decide to let him go because he wants to leave or because of the situation he's in the courts or wherever it is, we'll see. But obviously, as a Man United fan, I'd love to see him go to Man United. Listen, Cristiano Ronaldo signs for any club. His shirt sales probably pay back the money that they laid out for him in a couple of months. So, in terms of the financial, the economic side of it, I don't think that's a problem. You get taken care of. It's a huge outlay initially, but I think you get that back untold at the end of it. So, he's a special case. And you have to look at someone like that. He's a commercial dream for a football club. And he actually puts the numbers up on the pitch as well. So when you've got someone doing both of them things, it's a no-lose situation, really.